Hi friends, today we are going to see about Python object-oriented programming. Okay, let me create a Python file. So what we are going to see is oops. So which we call it as object-oriented programming. So what is object-oriented programming? How you are organizing the object. Okay, yeah, organize your objects basically, data and behavior, which is called attributes and methods. That is So first you have to understand your data and your attributes. Data and attributes. So we are going to organize it to so instead of data I can say methods. So methods and attributes, how you are organizing. Okay. So that is nothing but your object oriented programming to understand in the beginning simply. Okay. So currently let's say what is a class? Okay, so basic class. I'm creating a class called car. Okay, so when I define class as a car, as of now, let me do a pass. Okay, pass is nothing but an empty function, or sorry, empty statement. The class will be like empty. So now I can run the Python oops.py. Okay, so which is empty. Obviously, it will not give any result. Okay, so now I'm going to create an object for my function. Okay, so what object I will create? I will create my car equal to, I'm calling my class. So now I'm using my class. Okay, so where now I'm going to print. So currently my car equal to car is the object I have created. Okay, now I'm going to get an output of the object. So let me print type car. Okay, so I'm giving print and output type as my car. Okay, so now let me run the program. So what you are getting your class minus minus main minus minus dot car. Okay, so it is because our class is empty currently. Okay, so this minus minus we have minus minus main minus minus car, which will be the output we are getting. Okay, now we are going to see something called constructor. Okay, so this is the empty class and we have created an object my car equal to object. Now what we are going to see is a constructor. Okay, I am creating a constructor where now I'm going to define my class. Okay, class car. So I'm defining my class car where I'm going to define minus minus init. Okay, so function minus minus init self brand. Okay, I can also add model year, etc. Let me order a model. Okay, so this code which is showing in IntelliJ, yeah, which you can use or you can do it manually. Okay, so now self brand and model. So now we have to define an instant attribute. Okay, so constructor runs automatically when we create an object. So in previous step we created an object. Now constructor, for example, I can give self brand equal to brand, self model equal to model. Okay, so these are called as attribute. Now we will create an object with values. Okay, so car one equal to Volkswagen. So it is giving the model, but you can change anything. Maybe you can say Tesla. Okay, you can. Uh, so car one equal to brand. Okay, so print car one brand and car one model. Okay, so we can say print car one brand, print car two model. So if we see the code now, we are getting Tesla as a brand and Volkswagen as a model, where this particular object is having two attributes. Okay, so one attribute is the brand, another attribute is the car. You are understanding. So we have created an object one. So when we say object, this is the object we are creating. So what the constructor is doing, this minus minus init, okay, which will run automatically when we create a new. So I am creating one more object, say car2. You can see that when I create the object, it automatically gives me the car uh, brand and model. So now let me say the brand and how it is brand and how it is model. It is actually coming from my constructor. So let me say Nexon, which is the Tata brand. Okay, if we run the program, it will, okay, I'm printing the car one. Let's print the car two. Car two brand, car two model. So you can see Nexon and Tata. Okay. So what I'm trying to explain here is the constructor. Okay. So constructor runs automatically when the object, when we, so in the previous step, we have created an object, my car equal to car, which is nothing but a class. Okay. But here what we are doing, it's an empty class actually. What we are doing in the class, we have created something called constructor. So whenever we create a new object, the constructor, whatever attribute we have set, that will be called to new object. Okay, so now we will do methods. Okay, so we will do methods. Methods. Okay, so let me remove this code. This is an empty function and object. Just to understand what is object, the car is an object. Now we add a constructor. For method, we are going to define one more instance method. Okay, so what I will do in the same program, let me define. This is a function. Then I'm going to see drive self. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm creating one more instance method. Okay, when I give minus minus init minus minus, that is a constructor. Now I'm giving a method which I will inside the class. I'm creating a method. So print driving. Okay, or since I use the method self, let me give self brand self model is, let me add also, is driving. Okay, so now let me print it again. So what does this method has done? Okay, so uh, let me remove this so that we will understand the method better. Okay, so now I've created an object car1 which has the brand and model by default coming from my constructor. Instead of that, I am trying to make it from my method. Okay, so what I will do, car1 dot drive. Okay, so let me give me this one. So it is saying Tesla, uh, Volkswagen. So I this let me change it so that it will be easy. The brand is Tata, the model is Nexon. Okay, so now I am in the last statement. If I print the car one, it will actually give me the branded. But what I'm doing, I'm giving car one drive. Okay, so drive is nothing but a method I have called as self dot brand self dot model. Okay, so I guess you guys don't have any confusion. So actually, we are calling a method. So in the previous step, what we did, we have created an object and we have printed the object. the attribute which is brand and model was printing. So it is same here, but here we are creating instance method called drive, and we are call car1 dot drive, which gives this output, so that every time we no need to give this print command. Say I'm creating one more object. Okay. Second object I'm creating. Brand is Samsung, model is Sony. It is any example is fine. Let me do car2 dot drive. So when I give car2 dot drive, this method will automatically gives me this result, which says cell method when I call car2 dot drive car2, this method I have a print statement. As of now, in method you can add many things, but currently I'm added a print statement which is self dot brand and self dot model, which is printing. Hope you are understanding this method. Okay, so if any questions you can comment on it. Now we are going to see one important topic called encapsulation. Okay, so let me remove this, and or we will add encapsulation. So in object-oriented programming, so encapsulation is restricting the direct access to the data using getters and setters. Okay, so just getters and setters. So basically, we will be restricting the direct access to our data. Okay, so we will not give direct access to the data. We will restrict using encapsulation. So the encapsulation itself is capsulation is what in tablet we are, so encapsulation, which is we are protecting our data or restricting the access to the data. Okay, so currently I will create a class. Okay, class say bank. So because it is related to data, let me say bank account. Okay, so bank account. Then so let me do this one. Instead of writing two programs, let me create class bank account. Okay. So in bank account, let me define self instead of brand and model. So if I modify this, you will better understand. That's why I will add balance. Okay. So that is my no attribute. So now what I have to do next command, I have to remove one of this and I have to give self balance, self dot balance, because we have it. I will remove this. The same code I'm modifying. So what equal to balance? We are using the attribute here. Okay. So now we will have one more method. So this is the constructor. Let have one more method which is called deposit. Okay, so deposit self amount. So here we will use an if loop. If amount greater than 0. Okay, so the balance uh, greater than 0, self balance equal to plus or minus equal to amount. Of plus or minus we can give correct. So if it is, so we need to have deposit, it will add. So from 0 it will add and add the amount. Now we need to add a withdraw. Self withdraw self amount. So the logic will be less correct. So then self balance minus, we have to minus from the amount, minus or equal to. Okay, this is for withdraw. Now just let's see one get balance. We will see what is the current balance. So define transfer. I don't want to add transfer. Let close this program with get balance. Balance equal to self. return self balance. All right, and now let's say we will add an amount. Okay, so let me remove this so that, so how much amount we will add? Amount equal to sorry, not amount, account. So we have given our account. So account, how much we will give? Account equal to bank account 1000. So we are adding an attribute. So here, one this method, right, is return equal to balance. This is called as setter method. Okay, sorry, getter method. We are getting getter method. So we are getting the return value, which is the getter method. Okay. So now, how much we will add? Let's say 1000. Okay. So we are adding 1000. Then account deposit, we will add deposit. We will have some 500. Okay. So here we have bank account. So I'm adding in bank account. Deposit I'm adding. Then we will just print the get balance. Okay. This is the setter method. Sorry, getter method. So what will be the output? So we have bank account we have opened with 1000. We are depositing 500. If you understand our logic, you will get the you will understand. But let me add one more print command, which in comment mode for now, which is my account. Okay, dot balance. Okay, we will add it later. Let me run this command. So it is 1500 because our logic is if we are depositing an amount, okay, it will add. So my balance I have added as 1000 and on top of 1000 I have deposited 500. So it is showing 1500. That is the condition we have added in our method. So now say if I add instead of this, let me do this print command. Sorry, print account dot underscore balance. So let me try this. Let's see. The private attributing is working or not. Bank account object as no attribute minus balance. So which is bank account attribute. Okay, so let me say account dot account account dot balance. So 1500. Okay. So if you see here, I have given account balance. Here I have created account dot get balance. Okay. So account dot get balance is uh, 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 so let me add this private attribute now where minus. Now I'm getting answer right for my print command. So now I am adding the same attribute here. So account dot minus. So minus balance equal to balance. So let us self dot minus balance or minus balance. It will not show here, but let me see. So now, so there is no attribute for balance, the minus balance. But if I do this, okay, I am commenting out this print command. and let me uncomment this one. Okay, get balance. So I can see the balance 1500. So where that bank account object has no attribute. So here let me also add self everywhere as minus 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 minus. Guys, what I'm trying to do here is instead of normal attribute, now I'm adding a private attribute. Okay, when I give the minus minus. Let me print now. So you are seeing 1500. Okay. Let me remove this and comment it out and let me print. So it is saying minus minus balance attribute is not there. Okay. Let me again try account dot. So you can see that minus minus balance will not be finding here. So what I am trying to, we are encapsulating. So my balance, I am encapsulating using this private attribute. Now someone wants to print it. So this getter method. Then this getter method is showing the balance as 1500. Okay, but so let me clear the screen. So now when I try to add minus minus balance account in print command, it is not working. Okay, because that is not there. Okay, now when I try to call my getter method to see the balance, okay, 1 second. I'm getting 1500. Hope you are clearly understanding, guys. This is the encapsulation which I'm trying to make you guys clear. So there is a program which I created which is balance and amount just for the understanding here. Don't try to understand the coding or the format. Try to understand the concept. What we are trying to do. We are setting up a private attribute which is minus minus balance. In previous step, we understood that is an attribute self dot model and self dot car. Here we are trying to set a minus minus balance with the amount, and we are having a getter method to get the value out of it. We don't no directly that minus minus balance cannot be printed. This is how we directly we are restricting the direct access to that attribute. Instead, we are using the setter and getter method to get the balance. So currently, we have seen the getter method to get it. Hope you understood. Okay. Now the next concept is inheritance. Okay. So next is inheritance. Okay. Maybe my spelling inheritance is wrong, but yeah, it's a inheritance, right? Inheritance. So what this inheritance do? It it inherit a new say new. So there will be parent class and child class. So there will be single inheritance and multi inheritance. So there's two inheritance is there, single and multi. Okay, single and multi. Okay, single and multi inheritor is there. So previous concept was encapsulation. Now I am talking about inheritance. Okay. So let me get taken another example. I create a class. Okay. So let me create a class for single inheritance funds, which is so class vehicle. Let's take some class which we have as a so vehicle. Okay. So I'm just creating a class where I'm going to define a method. So define. So I will give this self name constructor I'm giving to make it very simple. Let's have brand alone. Okay. So let's have a brand. Then we can have self dot brand equal to brand. Hope this you are now getting the code part also a little bit. Now I'm trying to give one more method called move. Okay. Define move self. Okay. Then what we will do, we will print it. Okay, print. So this is to move on, or instead of that, we can say vehicle is moving. Vehicle is moving. Okay, so just a print method. Now I will add another class which is called inheritance of vehicle. Okay, so what I will do, class car. So now I am inheriting it. Okay, so I am inheriting that. Let me say def not so car. Let me say bank. Okay, so I'm creating one more method, not bank actually. Let's say horn. Okay, horn. HORN horn. Okay, where we beep. So print what we will give beep beep maybe something like this where the horn is. Okay, so now I have a class which is vehicle. So now let me say create an object. So my car equal to car Ford. Fine. I thought about Honda Tata, but it's okay. So my car move. So the method I'm calling. Then this is a parent class. Okay. So now I will be calling the child class. Car dot. So what is my child class? Child class is my horn, right? This is my child class. You're getting? Okay. So let me now try to run this program. Okay. So let me run this program. So what I'm getting, the vehicle is moving. Beep beep. I'm getting two printed. But if you see what I have done, so I have this is a concept, just a print. As of now, we have added just a print message to understand the parent class and child class. This is called inheritance, where I'm inheriting my vehicle is inheriting the previous. Sorry, my car is inheriting my previous vehicle class. Okay, so this particular thing has been all right. It is too much smart, but this is inherit from inherit from vehicle. So vehicle. So when we actually say my car dot han, it is inheriting from my vehicle. So that is the inheritance which we are having the child class, sorry, parent class and child class. Which so currently we have followed the single inheritance. So we can have multi inheritance and multi-level inheritance as well. So what happens in multi inheritance? We need to just add one more class. Okay, sorry. So one more class we will add to inherit, which is the multi class electric car we will add. So we already add the car. So let us add electric car equal to car. So this we will as of now, let's say we will pass it, pass. So so now you will see we have car. Okay. So we have a car. We are inheriting from. So this inheritance part, I'm in we so like where I'm trying to make it very simple actually. So let's say we have instead of vehicle, let's say we have a charge. Okay, so class electric. Okay, so we have a class electric with charge. So then we will have only self and print brand we will remove. We will have print. So just for better understanding how the car electric, maybe we can put car is charging, okay, something like this. Then actually we can have one more class. We will remove this to make it simple. So we have the car. So now we will have a class car. Let's not inherit here. Okay, what we will do, so drive, we will have the same thing. Then we will have one more class. Okay, so we will have one more class where we will inherit electric electric and also comma car. So both we will sorry comma. So both now we have inherited two function. So now let me add car equal to say we will say Tata equal to electric car. So where I have inherited both state because I don't want to take much time. But now let's say these two class we have inherited in the class 3. That is called as of now you don't see error message, which means there is no errors in the program. So this is called no multiple inheritance, single inheritance. So for multi-level inheritance, you can just actually have one inheritant. Say for example, here we have created an inheritant. Then now I am creating car electric. I am inheriting here in my car. Okay. Then again I am going to have a electric car where I will inherit the car. So what I'm doing, I'm inheriting my electric in my car and car in my electric car. Okay, so here let's say I will add something called def charge self print, some print statement I'm adding, maybe to differentiate car is charge something. Okay, so now what I will do, I will add so Tata equal to electric car. So now let's say we have an object. Okay, so object model equal to Tata. Okay, instead of Tata, so what we can have? Yeah, we can have a class which we already have. So model equal to electric car. Electric, or we can have like this model equal to electric car. Okay, I have for model what model? Then I can say model dot charge, model dot on, model dot model dot. So here also it is charged. So model dot maybe charged to just to differentiate. Model dot charged. Okay, let me run the program now. So now car is charging, beep beep, car is charged. Okay, so I have in multi-level. So this electric I have inherited in this car. Then I have created another class called electric car wherein I am inheriting this car. This is called multi-level inheriting. So first is single inheritance, then multi-inheritance where we can inherit this car slash comma charge. So I can inherit this electric or this car into here. Like we can have two inheritance. Okay, this is multiple inheritance. Then we can have multi-level inheritance. Okay, I hope you are getting this. Next is polymorphism and abstraction. Okay, polymorphism, abstraction, class method, static. We will see this in the next session. Now, currently, to recap, what we have seen is first one we have seen in OOPS, object-oriented programming. We are trying to deal with methods and attributes. You can see so much methods we have been following so much classes and methods. Okay, so where we have the private attribute in the previous example, we have created something minus underscore underscore balance, which doesn't show up in the print command. To do that, we have created a get setter method. Okay, to display it. That is the indirectly we are no we are restricting the direct access to the data. That is where constructor minus minus init. So minus, so we have saw what is constructor. Then methods, obviously these are the methods. Okay. Then we have encapsulation where we have encapsulated. That is where we saw the example of this actually. So this is a private, actually this is a private attribute. In encapsulation, we will use something called the private attribute. Okay, so this example will come in the encapsulation. Then last we are seeing inheritance, where we are seeing a single inheritance, multi-inheritance, and multi-level inheritance. Okay, so we will continue this. If you have any doubts, let me know or put it in the comments.
Thank you, guys.